The WSL is so stoked to be here in Southern California in San Clemente. Beautiful opening ceremony by the Ahashiman people here on the village site known as the Panhe, as we watch Kanoa Igarashi get things started against Dimitri Poulos, ripping that open face hook in the pocket. Kanoa having a stellar season, grown up on this lowers canvas as he is belting it right there. Great precision surfing once again from Igarashi, and finishing up on his feet. The Ahashiman people have lived in this place called Orange County for over 10,000 years. They're still here stewarding the land. Kanoa on his opening ride, Rosie.
Yeah, Kanoa was so impressive this morning, and right here on this medium-sized wave, you could just tell he's so spicy with his technique. Looking for that oncoming section, he kind of widens the stance as he finds that little section to really dig that rail in. Good timing and tempo on this wave. To open up with a 7, I think earlier this morning we saw him open up with excellence. So to see him kind of have that same formula here in this elimination round, really attack the sections that are in front of him and start with a lot of energy, is going to be a big advantage.
When you watch Kanoa surf, what comes to mind for you, Connor? What sort of feelings do you get watching him surf, gosh, for your whole life?
Well, that was a really nice rail turn right there from Kanoa, and he's jumped on the tractors for this year, and he's been on fire working with JS, and it's fun to see everyone mix it up. And here's Dimitri on his first wave. Nice opening turn. Looks like this one's tapering out a little bit, so he wraps it back and see what he can do here on the inside. That wave is just a little disjointed, like kind of looked a little wobbly. There's a little wind swell. I could see it driving down this morning. So lowers doesn't usually love that. So it seems like today is a little bit tricky probably to pick the super high scoring waves.
We did yet another ride here for Kanoa Igarashi right after his 7 here, Connor.
Yeah, kind of a little setup turn there. This was another one of those medium waves with a better wall. And that was a nice turn above the lip. And then this layback right here was really sick. Got the tail out and finished it. So even though it wasn't a long wave, I think it's still going to be a pretty solid score for the 3 maneuvers there.
What do you think about these tail blows? Because he seems to land these all the time. It's just a nice maneuver he can always go to.
For sure. I mean, you can just see the control that Kanoa has above the lip with that turn before, that one especially, to be able to kick the tail like that and then stop from spinning.
I don't know, I just got too comfortable and it just
got
let
stories
it flow.
for days.
Oh, that was insane. Well, hang on there, Strider. We're watching live action. This is Kanoa just up and out.
He's out, yep.
But talk to us. Conditions, how you feeling?
Here we go out the back. Look at this wave.
Here we go, Dimitri. Little setup turn. Remember, had a 4 before this. There's a couple little patience turns, just setup work, and really just stepping on the tail to line up this section, and ends up just mistiming it.
Oh, no.
So Dimitri was really trying to load up for something big. Ends up slipping off.
A real pleasure. I actually worked at Astro Deck in the back packing boxes. It was, and they let me come to Hawaii and stay at the house. I right at Pipeline.
Gosh.
So I want to say thank you to the Fletcher family.
That is so cool. I love it. Such a small community, this surfing world. And we see the slip there go down this year for the first time in history. Speedy to the left for Dimitri. He's got a great backhand attack. Getting in the pocket there. Now throwing some water off the rail, that Timmy Patterson, and now we'll drive through it again. So really trying to surf this wave up. Doesn't have a lot of height in the wave, but his pace was strong all the way through.
I mean, Dimitri looks great on his board. Like, he just looks super connected and fast and sharp, and I think he's just suffering a little bit right now from not picking the right waves. Kind of exactly what Strider was talking about. His waves have been bumpier and kind of fat on the face on those rights, and he surfed this left super well. I don't see the score probably going too big just because it was a smaller wave, but
Rather improving upon both of his waves.
So seeing the right here from Kanoa that we saw after the left from Dimitri, going for that punt, and he did get that before the fall, Connor.
Yeah, Kanoa, I mean, he kind of knew he probably had to go for it on this wave. It was smaller than his 2 keeper scores already.
Always love watching Jack perform. As we transition back to live action here in the elimination round, Dimitri throwing some carves. Went left, now he's back on his forehand, and just a little tag to slide. That was cool looking.
Yeah, that was a sick turn. Just
Back to Dimitri's last ride here, Rosie.
Yeah, so kind of delaying that bottom turn, looking for that section to open up. This looks, the flow that he's got, and obviously, even with this heat, with surfing in this Championship Tour event, as he moves on the Challenger Series, this is going to give him so much confidence. He's already got that 5th place on the Challenger Series under his belt, but just the low center of gravity, I love that from him. It kind of just cuts through all the lump that we're seeing on the face of the wave. The board looks lively. It's very reactive under his feet. Trying to find that right timing, just ditches the fins there.
That was sick. He doesn't look nervous or like shit. He looks super solid on the waves that he's riding. He looks their first wave of the set, and Kanoa's on the one behind it here. You can see it's a little bit smoother on the face, so he's just able to rip in a little more. That one was tapered, but yeah, I mean, Dimitri surfed that wave great. Just, it's crazy. I think that transition from the QS, it's been great. Like, half the time it's someone I know, maybe more than half, someone I've known forever, and we haven't hung out in a while, so it feels like we're just catching up for an hour, and it flies by. But here goes Dimitri on the way back out, actually, with a sick first turn. This wave's got some bump on it, but it looks like it has a little more wall, so he's flying along.
Now moving down, nice pace. Punches through the whitewater, driving into a cool layback fin ditch. He's got a real cool style in the way he attacks that section. He's really low to his board.
He doesn't look to me like he's trying too hard or doing anything out of his skin. He just looks confident and solid, and he's just looks like he's really trusting the decisions he's making in his heat. So yeah, here was Dimitri. He got a 5.83 on this, so the best score of his heat, and he's right back in it now if he can get back out there with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, definitely a game changer right there, Rosie. Picking a better wave where he could show off quite a few different turns, Kanoa. Especially how consistent he's been. And look up, he's up and out again.
Kanoa is, and Rosie touched on it, he is such a good and smart competitor.
Oh,
on
it's
my way
on.
down. It's on, yeah. Uncle Keith, it was a super fun one. So yeah, it's been really fun working on that with 805 and the WSL, and fun to come down and get to see everyone today. And